All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Baxter, Tennessee, here on the campus of Upperman High School, as we're getting ready for this boys contest, as the Livingston Academy Lady Wildcats dropped a tough one to the Lady Bees earlier, 32-36. Let's go over some stats and some figures, facts and figures for the LA Boys versus the Upperman Bees. Livingston Academy comes into this game with a 13-11 overall record and 6-4 in District 7 AAA. The Upperman Bees come into this contest with a 11-10 overall record and under 500 currently District 7 AAA with a 4-5 record. Back on January the 14th at Durward Vaughn Memorial Gym, these two teams met, and Livingston Academy came away with a 52-47 victory. That was the first win for the LA Wildcats over the Upperman Bees since November of 2018. It broke a 6-game win streak by Upperman over Livingston when Livingston defeated Upperman back on January the 14th. The Livingston Academy boys are looking to complete the season sweep over Upperman since first time since the 2014-2015 season. Both of these teams come into this game with a 6-4 record in the calendar year of 2022. So since January 1st, 2022, each team is currently 6-4 overall. Most of those games, of course, being district contests. Both teams also come into this game on 2-game losing streaks. As for the last 2 games, the LA Boys have faced Cumberland County back on February the 1st, and Livingston lost 39-50 at Cumberland County. And then most recently this past Friday night, Livingston Academy lost to White County by a score of 51-28. And Upperman also comes into this game on a 2-game losing streak. Back on February the 1st, Upperman played right here versus Stone Memorial, and Stone won that game 54-50. And this past Friday night, Upperman played the other Cumberland County team, the Cumberland County Jets, and Upperman lost that game by a score of 57-46. So one of these teams will get their first win in a couple of tries tonight. So just like the girls, Livingston Academy Boys has 1 game remaining on the season schedule. They'll go travel up to Cumberland County to play Stone Memorial this Friday night. Upperman Boys have 2 games remaining. They play at Stone on Thursday, and they finish out the regular season here at Upperman High School versus DeKalb County on Friday night. Before the players are announced, we'll quickly go through the District 7 AAA standings. Stone Memorial currently on top with a 8-2 record. Cumberland County has played 1 less district game than Stone. They have the same number of losses, but Cumberland County only has 7 wins in the win column. Livingston Academy is in 3rd place currently in the district with a 6-4 record. White County, who Livingston has lost to twice this year, has a 5-4 district record. Upperman is in 5th place in the district currently with a 4-5 record. DeKalb is in 6th place with a 4-6 district record. And Macon County, the boys and girls are both 0-11 so far this year in District 7 AAA play. It's a tough year over in Lafayette for the Macon County Tigers and Tigerettes. So we're about ready to get this boys contest underway. Starters are about to be announced. I'm curious as who they are because I don't know currently who the starters are, so I'll be finding out as they announce them. So starters for Livingston Academy, number 0, Hayden Ledbetter. Number 11, Brody Coffey, also a starter tonight. Wyatt Hargis, number 12 for Livingston Academy, gets the start tonight. And number 30, Aiden Coffey, starts for Livingston Academy. And rounding out the 5 starters for Livingston, number 42, Isaac Story. So both of the Coffey brothers getting the start here tonight for Livingston Academy.
Upperman fans, on your feet for our starting lineups for the Upperman Bees.
And now the starting lineup for the Upperman Bees as the lights are out here in Baxter.
Senior guard, number 2, Rex Davis.
So number 2, Rex Davis, being introduced to the crowd.
Number 3, AJ Nash.
Also, number 3, AJ Nash gets the start for the Bees.
Number 10, Jackson Bush.
Number 10, Jackson Bush, one of the Upperman starters. Also starting for Upperman, number 14, Daniel Metzger. And the final starter, number 34, Jaron McClellan. That's your 5 starters for Upperman. Upperman, of course, coached by Bobby McWilliams. And Livingston Academy coached by Jimmy Miller, assistant coaches Nate Kennard and Blake Qualls. So Wyatt Hargis to jump for the opening tip-off with Upperman's McClellan. And here comes the referee. Ball is in the air, and the tip is controlled by Upperman. As that's number 10, Bush with the ball. And now he gives it over to Davis. Davis out to Nash, top of the key. Nash inside to McClellan. McClellan loses a handle on it, and it's recovered by Brody Coffey. Coffey across the timeline. He gives it up to Ledbetter. Ledbetter into the corner for Story. Puts on a 3. It's no good. Rebound to Upperman. That's Davis bringing it across the timeline. Davis looks to drive. He gives it inside, and that ball is good by Jackson Bush. So first blood drawn by the Upperman Bees here tonight. They lead it 2-0. Now Wyatt Hargis into the corner. He's in trouble, and he loses a handle on it. It's stolen away, and what do we got? Looks like it's going to be a foul on Wyatt Hargis. That's his first foul, team's first here in the first half. Now Davis dribbling it across the timeline. He gives it over to Nash. Nash into McClellan. McClellan drives in, shot off a glass, good. McClellan. So Upperman out to a quick 4-0 lead. And now Aiden Coffey to his brother Brody, and they get it across the timeline. Now Wyatt Hargis top of the key. Wyatt gives it up to Ledbetter. Ledbetter thought about a 3, gives up into Aiden Coffey. He loses a handle on it, and it'll be knocked out of bounds. It says it goes off of the Livingston Academy player. And Upperman inbounds to Davis. Now Nash with it over to Davis, inside to McClellan. McClellan back out to Bush. Bush to Davis. Again into McClellan. He posts up, he spins, he puts up a shot. That floater is good by Jaron McClellan. Ledbetter with it now. Ledbetter to Coffey into Story, who loses the ball. Ball tipped around, and what do we got? We got a timeout, Livingston Academy.
Timeout, Wildcats.
So 5:35 left to go here in the first quarter. Upperman on top 6-0 over the Wildcats. So Ledbetter to inbounds the ball. Goes into Aiden Coffey. Now up to Hargis. Hargis to Ledbetter. Ledbetter over to Story. Now Hargis in the corner. His 3-ball on the way. No good. Now Davis with it for Upperman to McClellan. Now over to number 14, who's checked into the game. That's Metzger. Or maybe not checked into the game. That's his first touch of the game. Now Bush with it. Bush over to Davis. Back to Bush. Right corner it goes. 3-ball on the way is good by A.J. Nash. Upperman now leads Livingston 9-0 here in the first quarter. And the ball stolen away, and it goes off of Aiden Coffey, and it'll be Upperman basketball as Nick Schote checks into the game for the Wildcats. Now Davis across the timeline. And he'll get it to McClellan on the right wing. His 3-ball in the air, no good. And ball saved by Ledbetter. Ledbetter drives in, and he's going to be called for carrying the basketball. So halfway through the first quarter, Livingston Academy still hasn't scored. Now Daniel Bilbrey checks into the game as he'll replace Wyatt Hargis. Now Davis will dribble it across the timeline. And Davis gets it to Metzger. Check that. Now Metzger has it. We got a whistle and foul on Daniel Metzger. Offensive foul there. That's his first foul and team's first here in the first half. Now Brody Coffey gets it to Schote across the timeline. Schote back to Coffey. Coffey gets it to Ledbetter. Now Story left wing. Kicks it over to Coffey. He looks to drive. He gets it out to Story. Story drives in. He loses the handle on it. Coffey gets it back. Coffey puts up a floater, and it bounces through for the first points of the night for Livingston Academy. It breaks a 9-0 run to start the game for the Upperman Bees. We got 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the game. Upperman up 9-2. Now ball goes into Metzger. Metzger puts up a shot off the glass. It's good, and he is fouled. Isaac Story picking up that foul for Livingston Academy. That's his first, team's second here in the first quarter. Metzger at the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Metzger's free toss on the way, and it is good. So Upperman up by 10 over Livingston Academy, 12-2. As now Bilbrey gets it across the timeline to Coffey. Coffey's pass to Schote. And a foul will be called, as that is on
his first, team second.
On McClellan. That's his first foul, team's second. McClellan gets replaced by Petty. for the Upperman Bees. Now Ledbetter with it. Ledbetter looks to drive, puts up a floater, and rebound to Upperman. And now Davis with it. Davis skip pass into the lane now, and dribbling it back out is Bush. Now Davis gives it back to Bush. Bush over to Petty. Petty drives in, cut off, back out front. Ball is tipped, and it'll go out of bounds off of Livingston Academy. As now number 21 enters the game, Roberts, for the Upperman Bees. Now Nash with it for Upperman. He gives it to Davis on the right wing. Davis drives into the corner, picks up the dribble, gets it into Nash. Nash into Petty. Petty loses a handle on it, and he'll dribble it out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball to Livingston. Less than 2 minutes to go here. Livingston still only got 2 points here in the first quarter. Schote with it now. Now Coffey gets it across the timeline. Coffey will get it over to Ledbetter on the far side. Ledbetter skip pass to Bilbrey inside to Schote. Schote posting up, puts up a shot, rejected. And Upperman comes away with it. That's Metzger. Metzger gives it up to Nash. Nash over to Davis now. Davis drives in, puts up a shot. It bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Wide. Hargis with a rebound for Livingston. He pushes it quickly ahead to Ledbetter. Ledbetter gives it to Coffey. Coffey loses a handle on it, and there's a scramble for it. And what we got? Going to call a jump ball. And alternating possession will keep it with Livingston Academy. 1:04 left to go here, first quarter. Upperman leading Livingston by 10. Ball comes in, and it will go off the hands of Livingston, and turnover will give it to Upperman. Number 11, Cameron Bush, has entered the game for the Upperman Bees. Now Roberts gets it here on this near side. Bush gets his first touch over to Metzger. Now Petty with it. He gives it up to Nash. He trips over his own player. Looks like a walk there to me, Peter. I'm not sure on that call. And now Bush with it. He gets it to Petty. Now up to Metzger on the right wing. Metzger holding the basketball. Looks like Upperman going to try to get the last shot of the first quarter here. Metzger drives in all the way to the rim, and we got a collision, and we've got a block called on Livingston Academy's Daniel Bilbrey, as he stood and took the hit, but referee not giving him the call. That's Bilbrey's first foul, his first foul of the game, and third on Livingston. And they're going to say Metzger was shooting, so he's going to go to the line to shoot two. So he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. As Easton Goodpasture enters for Livingston Academy. Now Metzger with the second shot, and ball don't lie on that because he wasn't shooting, and he misses both of them. So Ledbetter gets it up the court. He gets off a shot at the buzzer. It's no good, and that's the end of the first quarter, as Upperman leads over Livingston Academy 12-2. So once again, folks, we want to I want to say thanks to our sponsors for making this live stream possible, and a special thanks to Mickey Ledbetter and Tyler Maxwell for all their work behind the scenes making these live streams happen. And if you enjoy our coverage here on this YouTube channel, please subscribe to our channel, and you could even set up a notification to know when we go live on our events. We hope to have some more sports coverage for you here in the spring when spring sports get started. We've got soccer, which is my favorite sport. We got some baseball and softball. Maybe get a few of those games covered for you. So now to begin the second quarter, Upperman on top by 10 over Livingston Academy. As Davis will drive it in, pick up the dribble, get it to Nash. Nash back to Davis. Davis looks to drive. He gets it in. A cutter. That was Cameron Bush. His pass shot's no good, but offensive rebound there, but still unable to get it to go was Davis, and Wyatt Hargis comes away with it for Livingston. Gives it over to Ledbetter, inside to Easton Goodpasture. His shot up and off the glass is good. Easton Goodpasture, his first points of the game, and only the fourth point of the game for Livingston Academy. But they cut into the Upperman lead. It's now down to 8 points. Now ball into McClellan. He gets it inside to Bush. Butts up off the glass and good. Cameron Bush. His first bucket of the game. That puts it back to a 10-point lead now for the Upperman Bees. Story drives it in, kicks it back out to Aiden Coffey. Over to Easton Goodpasture. Goodpasture picks up the dribble, gets it back to Hargis. Hargis gets it to Story. Story steps inside the three-point arc, puts up a shot, bounces around, no good, but Easton Goodpasture doing some offensive rebounding, but looks like he is going to be called for a hold. Oh, check that. That foul goes on Cameron Bush, so that's his first foul of the game and the third here in the first half for the Upperman Bees. So Livingston throws it into Story, and Story will get it to Wyatt Hargis here on this near side. Hargis to Story, inside to Easton Goodpasture. His shot up, no good, but Livingston Academy with the offensive board, they'll get another crack at it. As Hargis dribbling, and he'll get it out to Aiden Coffey. Coffey over to Story. Story will drive in, have it knocked away. Hargis saves it, back out to Story. Now Hargis with it, inside to Goodpasture. Goodpasture posting up, puts up a shot just off the glass. Ball. Goodpasture with the rebound again. Good work here by Easton Goodpasture. Now Hargis puts it in, another board by Goodpasture. His shot in and goes through. That's 4 points here in the second quarter for Easton Goodpasture. He leads Livingston Academy in scoring. And almost a steal there by Story, but Roberts will drive it in, give it off to McClellan. McClellan's 2 points is good. That's 2 in the quarter, 6 in the game for McClellan. Now Story with it on the right wing. Story gives it over here to Coffey. Coffey to Ledbetter. Skip pass back to Story to Hargis in the corner. Hargis will drive in, and his shot's no good. Rebound by Nash for Upperman. Nash quickly ahead to Davis. Davis drives in, and there'll be a foul called on Livingston Academy's Aiden Coffey. It's Coffey's first foul, fourth on the Wildcats here in the first half, but it was a shooting foul, so Davis will be at the line shooting 2. His first shot up and no good. Coffey back in for the Wildcats. I'm sorry, that would be Brody Coffey, as both Coffeys are out there on the floor. And Davis' second shot up and good. That'll make the score 17-6 in favor of the Upperman Bees. So both Coffee brothers trying to get it across the timeline, and they finally do. Now Ledbetter with it on the far side. Ledbetter to Aiden Coffee. Aiden drives in. He'll put up a shot, and what we got? Got a foul on Braden Roberts. Must have been before the shot. That's his first and fourth team foul. Is now Coffee, Aiden Coffee with it. He gets it up to Hargis. Hargis to Aiden Coffee. Aiden out to Ledbetter. Aiden Coffee puts up a three. Yes, sir. Aiden Coffee knocks down the triple, and that makes the score now 17-9 in favor of the Bees. Halfway through the second quarter. Now Nash with it. Back out to Davis. Inside to Metzger. Metzger gives it up to as now Wyatt Hargis will take it away. It's a little hard for me to see down there in that corner exactly what's going on. What a pass there. But unable to control it is Aiden Coffee, and he'll lose it out of bounds. That was an excellent fast break pass there by, I believe, Wyatt Hargis on the end of that, beginning of that pass. Now Davis gets it across the timeline. And he'll get it into the corner to Metzger. Metzger back to Davis. Into the corner to Nash now. Nash gets it through. Ball stolen away by Livingston. Here comes Brody Coffee with it. Coffee backs it back out to Hargis. Hargis gets it over to Aiden Coffee in the corner. Aiden spotted for three. It bounces, no good. We've got a rebound by Livingston. And Hargis with it now to Aiden Coffee. Aiden will put a shot up, and it'll bounce, no good. Rebound to Davis. Davis all the way through to everybody, but unable to control it is Jackson Bush, and it'll go off his hands, out of bounds, and the ball will go back to Livingston. Now Brody Coffee gets it across the timeline. And gives it up to Ledbetter, back to Brody Coffee. Brody's shot no good. Rebound by Davis for Upperman. Quick pass stopped by Ledbetter, but I believe he was out of bounds when he touched it the second time. Now Story will re-enter the game for Livingston. Davis with it now, dribbling between the circles for Upperman. Davis will get it near this corner. A.J. Nash puts up a three-pointer, in and out, no good. And Hayden Ledbetter comes away with it. Ledbetter tries to go through traffic, unable to do so. Gets it back out to Brody Coffee. Brody gets it back to Hargis, top of the key. Hargis to Story. Story gives it up to Aiden Coffee. Now Hargis back to Aiden. Aiden to his brother. Skip pass to Ledbetter. Ledbetter spotted for three. It's too strong, no good, but Wyatt Hargis will track down the offensive rebound. Another skip pass to Ledbetter. Ledbetter's pass stolen away, but it'll go out of bounds off of the Upperman player Davis last. Livingston Academy will retain possession. As number 15, Harris in for Upperman. There's also number 1, Turnbow, in the game for Upperman. Now Hargis with it. Hargis to Brody Coffee. Hayden Ledbetter to Miller in the game. Miller's three-pointer no good. Hargis puts back the offensive rebound. His shot no good. It'll go out of bounds off of the Upperman player, and Livingston Academy will retain possession. As Tucker Miller getting some early playing time in tonight's game. Hayden Ledbetter to throw it in for the Wildcats. And Story with it now. Story gets it inside to Brody Coffee. Coffee back to Story. Story spotted for three. It's short, no good. Rebound, Upperman. As that's Nash coming away with it. Nash tries to get it inside, but it's stolen away by Story. Story drives all the way to the rim. His layup is good. Isaac Story scores his first two of the game. Livingston Academy cut it, the once 10-point lead, down to 6. Now with less than a minute to go here in the second quarter. As now, this is Turnbow with it for Upperman. He bounce passes over to Nash. I'm sorry, that was rebound to Livingston Academy as it goes off of the Upperman player last. So Isaac Story to throw it in with 39 seconds left to go. Gets it up to Ledbetter. Back to Story. Story will walk it across the timeline. Ledbetter back to Story. Looks like Livingston going to try to hold for the last shot here of the first half. Story loses possession, gets it back. Ledbetter with it now. Brody Coffey with it now, into the corner to Miller. Miller, he'll put up a shot. It's no good. He'll get his own rebound, and a foul will be called against Upperman's Clayton Harris. It's Harris's first and the 5th team foul, but Miller in the act of shooting, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Miller puts on the first toss, and it's too strong, no good. He'll have one more upcoming. And now Cameron Bush re-enters for Upperman for the last 1.8 seconds of the first half. Miller's second toss on the way, and it bounces through. So Tucker Miller with his first point of the night. And that's the way the first half will end, as Livingston Academy only scores 2 points in the first quarter, but they score 10 in the second quarter, and they cut the Livingston deficit to 5 points here at halftime, as Upperman leads Livingston 17-12 here at halftime. We'll do some first half scoring for you here now. First for Upperman, Rex Davis was 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. He has 1 point in the first half. AJ Nash hit a 3-pointer for the Bees. He has 3 points at halftime. Jackson Bush with a bucket. He's got 2 at halftime. Cameron Bush also with a bucket. He's got 2 points at halftime. Daniel Metzger went 1 out of 3 from the free throw line. He's got 3 points at halftime. And the leading scorer for Upperman in the first half, Jaron McClellan, he has 6 points to lead Upperman in the first half. Livingston Academy was led in scoring by Easton Goodpasture in the first half. He's got 4 points. Aiden Coffey hit a 3-pointer. He's got 3 points in the first half. Isaac Story with a bucket. He's got 2 points at halftime. Brody Coffey with 2 points. And Tucker Miller went 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. He's got 1 point to round out the scoring for Livingston Academy at halftime. So we'll take this break. We'll be back for the second half in a few minutes. So back here for the second half, tonight's game between the Upperman Bees and the Livingston Academy Wildcats. As in the first half, do a quick scoring recap. Upperman got 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and Livingston Academy scored 2 touchdowns but missed both extra points to give us our score of 17-12. Oh, check that. This is basketball, not football. My bad. But that's kind of how the scoring has went. There's been very little of it here in the first half of both of these games tonight, the girls game and the boys game. The girls game was also 17-12 at halftime, just flip-flopped the teams as Livingston girls led 17-12 at halftime. So once again, if you enjoy our coverage here on this YouTube channel, please subscribe to it, become a subscriber, and you can get notifications of when we go live for all of our sporting events and possibly some other events that we may do throughout this coming year. So please subscribe if you enjoy what we do. Thanks again to our sponsors for helping make this happen, and we're underway here in the second half as now Hayden Coffey gets it over to Hayden Ledbetter, back to Coffey. Right wing to Story. Story puts it into Goodpasture. Goodpasture's shot up and no good, and rebound to Upperman. Now Nash with it. Back to Davis. Davis spotted for 3. It's no good. Rebound to Upperman is Metzger, but it's taken away by Wyatt Hargis. Hargis with it. He'll pull up for a 15-footer that is good. Wyatt Hargis gets the scoring started here in the second half for Livingston. First bucket of the night for Hargis. And the lead is now just 3 for the Upperman Bees. Davis with it now out front. He gets it into Nash. Nash over to now Nash has it, my bad. As now Story will get the rebound for Livingston Academy. And Story will dribble out of trouble. He'll pull up for a shot. It's no good, and McClellan will grab the rebound for the Bees. As now we got a block called on Livingston Academy's Easton Goodpasture. That'll be Goodpasture's first, and the first foul on Livingston in the second half. So 6.5 minutes left to play, third quarter. Upperman up by 3. As they'll throw it in, they get it in the corner to Metzger. Metzger out to Bush. Bush into the corner to Davis. Back out to Nash. Nash to Davis. Inside to Metzger. Metzger picks up the dribble, gets it to Nash. Nash to Davis. Davis pass into Metzger now. Metzger, he puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebound by Hargis for Livingston. Hargis will bring it across the timeline. Hargis gives it up to Ledbetter. Ledbetter looks to drive. He puts in a floater. It's no good, and McClellan grabs the rebound. Now Metzger with it on the far side. Now Davis out front. Davis will drive in all the way to the rim. His shot is good. Rex Davis. He gets his first 2 of the second quarter, and second half. That's 3 in the game for Davis. And now Story skip pass over to Hargis. Hargis to Aiden Coffey. To his brother Brody Coffey. Coffey inside to Ledbetter. Ledbetter lays it up and in off the glass. Hayden Ledbetter with his first points of the game. And that'll get the score 19-16 in favor of the Upperman Bees. Now Bush lays it off to Metzger. Bush with a right corner 3. It's no good, and tap the rebound to Story. Story driving all the way to the rim. Isaac Story, his scoop shot off the glass and good. Isaac Story. Story has 2 in the quarter, 4 in the game now, and Livingston has cut the lead to 1. As now Metzger drives in baseline. He gets it down low to Nash, who puts it into the bucket for his first points of the second half and 5th point of the game for A.J. Nash. Now Story will lay it off to Ledbetter. Ledbetter back to Story. Aiden Coffey with it now, left wing. Coffey gives it to Story. Story thought about a three. He drives in. And now wide Hargis. He'll take a 12-footer, but no good. And McClellan once again with the rebound, but stolen away by Aiden Coffey. Coffey shot up, no good. And it'll be tipped out of bounds by Story. Upperman ball. Nick Schote enters the game in the second half for Livingston. As also Petty comes in for the Upperman Bees. Petty with it now. He'll drive it in. He'll turn around, give it back to Bush. Bush to Davis. Davis pass all the way in to A.J. Nash, and he puts it in for his 4th point of the quarter. And that'll give Livingston Academy another 5-point deficit. Coffey puts up a three-pointer. It's no good. Schote gets the offensive rebound. His shot no good. Nash comes away with it. Forward to Davis. Davis loses the ball, and Schote diving for it. He gets it to Coffey. And there's a whistle and a foul is going to be called on Upperman's Rex Davis. Davis picks up his first, and that's the first on Upperman here in the 3rd quarter. Daniel Bilbrey now in the game for Livingston Academy. Also in for the Bees, Braden Roberts returns in the second half. As now the referee brings Davis back onto the court, as not sure what the issue, perhaps Roberts wasn't at the scorer's table in time, not sure what the official is telling Coach McWilliams over there. And now Bilbrey will bring it across the timeline for the Wildcats. Over to Aiden Coffey, to his brother Brody Coffey. Goes inside to Schote. We get a whistle and we get a foul on Petty, his first. And that's the second foul on Upperman here in the 3rd quarter. Now Brody Coffey to inbound the ball. He gets it up to his brother Aiden. Aiden looks to drive, gives it to Bilbrey. Now top of the key to Story. Over to Brody Coffey. Brody drives in, kicks it over to Bilbrey for a three. In and out, no good. Metzger with the rebound. And Coffey will be a little too aggressive there. Brody Coffey will pick up a foul. That'll be the first foul on Coffey and the second team foul here in the second half for Livingston. As now Roberts has made it into the game for the Upperman Bees, and he'll inbound it to Nash. Nash to Bush. Bush gives it up to Roberts. Roberts picks up the dribble, and his pass will be deflected by Aiden Coffey, but it'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bees. Now Nash to throw in. Now Roberts dribbling near the center circle. To Bush. Bush to Nash. Nash all the way in to Metzger. Metzger shot up, no good. He will get his own rebound. And he'll drive in again, put up a shot. It's once again no good. Ball batted around, recovered by Roberts for Upperman. Now Petty over to Bush. Bush three on the way, it's no good. And battle for the rebound. Schote rips it away for Livingston. And he'll give it up to Brody Coffey. Coffey brings it across the timeline. He'll drive it in. He'll kick it out to Bilbrey. Bilbrey's three is too strong, no good, but Aiden Coffey with the offensive rebound. And we have a walk called on Brody Coffey. As now Roberts with it for Upperman. They'll try to break this pressure here by Livingston, and they do. Dribbled all the way in, ball stolen away by Bilbrey. Bilbrey, he'll finally get it across the timeline to Brody Coffey, back to Bilbrey. And Brody Coffey on the wing. Coffey will dribble in, he'll get it over to Bilbrey. Bilbrey back to Story. Story drives in. His shot will be rejected, but a foul will be called. And that foul is going to go, I believe. Might be going on Braden Roberts, not Petty, as I thought. So that's the second foul on Roberts here in the game. Third team foul, and Story goes to the line. His first shot up and good, Isaac Story. Story will have one more upcoming. Story puts this one on the way, and it's good. So Story makes them both, and that takes the lead down to a one-possession game again, as Upperman leads 23-20 with 1:08 left to go here in the third quarter. Ball goes into Turnbow, who's in the game for Upperman. Now Nash with it. He gets it across the timeline. Turnbow. Back to Nash. Nash to Bush. Bush to Turnbow. Back to Bush. Bush over to Nash. Nash, three ball on the way. It's no good. Tip no good. And Bilbrey's pass is knocked away and stolen away by Turnbow. Then his pocket is picked, but that ball goes out of bounds, and Upperman will have possession. And now Davis back in the game for Upperman. And he'll give it over right wing Nash. Nash over to number 5, that's Petty. And now Turnbow with it. To Davis, as they're going to hold for the last shot here. We got 10 seconds left. And Davis going to drive in. He's going to put a shot up off the glass. It's no good. Rebound pulled down, and the quarter's going to end right there. And it looks like we've got a technical foul. Maybe 2 technical fouls, so hold the horses here, Peter. This quarter isn't quite over yet. So I believe a technical foul called on Nick Schote. And didn't hear an announcement on the second one, but it looked like she teed up 2 different players. Anyway, that's the end of the third quarter as Livingston trails 20-23 to the Upperman Bees with 8 minutes left to play here in the game. Once again, if you enjoy this live stream here on this YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can set up notifications to know when we go live with these sporting events. We hope to provide several more throughout the school year. Come back for some football games in the fall, hopefully at our brand new football stadium. If you haven't heard yet, the deconstruction, demolition of that Tom Davis Memorial Stadium got underway today, and that stadium is basically no more. So if you would like to become a supporter, you can put your banner or video ad at the bottom of our stream. You can feel free to email us at overtonevents@gmail.com. So back for the fourth and final quarter. Livingston Academy trails by 3 to the Upperman Bees, as Davis will bring it across the timeline. as that must have been offsetting technical fouls, as there was no technical foul shots for either team. So I'm not sure who the technical went on for the Upperman player. And now Petty with the ball. He gets it inside to Davis. Davis tries to get it into Petty, but it will go off of a Livingston player, and it will be Upperman basketball. They'll throw in under their own basket. Livingston crowd not liking that one. Ball goes in, and we got us a foul. I'm not sure about that one there, Peter, but looked like a jump ball on this side of the court, but the Upperman fans are happy about that. As I believe Bilbrey picked up that foul. It was his second and the team's third foul. Check that, team's fourth foul. Forgot to add the technical foul. That's 4 fouls on Livingston, 4 fouls on Upperman here in the fourth quarter. And now Nash drives in. He puts up a shot. It's good. That's 2 in the quarter for Nash. 9 in the game. Now Schote puts up a shot. It's no good. Schote tips it, tries to keep it alive, but Rex Davis will come away with it for Upperman. Upperman leads by 5. As now, I believe that's Jackson Bush in the game. Yes, number 10. It's hard to see these Upperman numbers. Gold on white doesn't show up too well, especially when your eyes ain't as good as they used to be. As now Petty drives in, puts up a shot off the glass and good. Hayden Petty, it's his first 2 of the game, and that'll give Upperman a 7-point lead, and Coach Jimmy Miller wants to talk about it. He takes a full timeout. With 6:35 left to go here in the game, Upperman leads 27-20 over the Wildcats. Once again, I want to thank all of our sponsors for helping make this live stream possible. Also want to thank Mickey Ledbetter and Tyler Maxwell for all their work behind the scenes to make these live streams happen. Once again, this is Michael Johnson filling in for Craig Cantrell. So back after the timeout, Livingston Academy to throw in. They trail by 7. As now Daniel Bilbrey will bring it across the timeline and get it to Story. Story inside to Goodpasture. Goodpasture up and off the glass, but whistle sounds, foul will be called. As that foul will go on Upperman's Hayden Petty. That's his second and the team's 5th. Goodpasture at the line with 2 shots. Goodpasture's first one is good, and that is the 5th point here in the game for Easton Goodpasture. He'll have 1 more upcoming. Goodpasture's second one bounces around and drops through for his 6th point of the ball game, and that makes it again a 5-point lead for the Upperman Bees. As now Davis has it. He tries to drive past Hargis. Hargis will be called for a push. Second foul on Hargis here tonight. It's the 5th team foul for Livingston in the second half. Both teams have 1 foul to give before we start shooting free throws. And now Davis will get it into the right corner to Bush. Bush tries to get it in. Its ball bounces around, but taken by Davis. And we've got an offensive foul called on Rex Davis. Easton Goodpasture took that hit there, drew the foul from Davis. That's the 6th team foul. So From here on out, Livingston Academy will be shooting free throws for the rest of the game. So Story brings it across the timeline. Now Brody Coffey back to Story, over to Bilbrey. Now Brody Coffey with it. He gets it to Bilbrey. Into the corner to Story. Story inside to Goodpasture. Goodpasture can't handle it. Taken away by Upperman. Now here comes Nash. Nash gives it off to Bush. Back outside to Davis. Davis looks to drive. Gives it off to Nash. Nash guarded by Story. Gives it off to Metzger. Metzger picks up the dribble. And he'll get it to Petty. Now Davis near the center circle. He loses possession. Bilbrey going to get it. Bilbrey gets it ahead to Brody Coffey. Brody Coffey driving all the way to the rim. His floater no good. Rebound by Goodpasture. His shot no good. And Livingston Academy comes away with it. Rex Davis all alone drives in and puts it off the glass and good. Rex Davis. So that too gives Livingston Academy a 7-point deficit now. Timeout called by the Wildcats as they trail 22-29 with 4 minutes 36 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. So back after the timeout, Livingston Academy will have possession. They trail by 7. Aiden Coffey brings it across the timeline. Gets it to his brother Brody Coffey. Ball goes inside to Story. Story tries to get it into Aiden. Ball bounces around and stolen away by Upperman. And now Metzger brings it ahead. He looks to drive. Metzger all the way in, puts it off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, puts up another one in, and good. Daniel Metzger. That's 2 in the quarter, 5 in the game for Metzger. Now Ledbetter hands it off to Brody Coffey. Brody gives it to Aiden. Over to Story now. Now Brody Coffey in the corner. He puts up a 3. It's short, no good. Ball tipped around and taken away by Nash for Upperman. As now all the way to the rim, driving layup good, Jackson Bush. And another timeout by Livingston Academy. So 30-second timeout as Upperman leads Livingston 33-22. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. So Livingston has the ball as we've got a stoppage of play. And that allows Easton Goodpasture to get into the game. So Goodpasture inbounds the ball. Bilbrey brings it into the front court. And ball will go off of an Upperman player. Wide Hargis to throw it in for Livingston. Hargis inbounds to Ledbetter. Ledbetter inside to Goodpasture. Goodpasture up and off the glass, good. Easton Goodpasture. That's 4 in the quarter for Good Pasture, 8 in the game.
Foul, Aiden Coffey, his second, team 6.
So there'll be a foul on Coffey there. That's his second foul, 6th foul of the game. So both teams' next foul will be 1-and-1 shooting opportunities. As now Davis hands off to Nash. Nash to Bush. Bush to Davis. Davis to Petty. Now Metzger. Metzger looks to drive all the way to the rim. His shot no good. Tip. Ball tipped around and taken away by Hayden Ledbetter. Ledbetter looks to drive. He spins around, puts a shot up. It's no good, and we got a whistle. And we've got a foul. Foul will be on Easton Goodpasture, his second, team 7th, and we'll be walking the other end of the court for a 1-and-1 shooting opportunity. As I'm not sure some of the refs are on the same page as some of the others, we finally get the ball thrown down to the other end of the court. As now the refs will have a conversation about exactly what's going on. They might be trying to figure out who the actual shooter would be. And so they'll send number 10, Jackson Bush, to the line to shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. So Bush dribbles the basketball, puts it on the way, and it's good. He'll have one more, as Upperman now has opened up a 10-point lead over the Wildcats here. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. So Bush puts the second free toss on the way. It's good as well. So 4 1/4, 6 in the game for Bush. And now Ledbetter with it. Ledbetter tries to get it across court to Bilbrey, but it's stolen away by Metzger. Metzger drives, puts it off the glass, and good, Daniel Metzger. 4 1/4 for Metzger. He's got 7 in the game. And now Bilbrey gets it to Hargis. Hargis drives in, puts up a shot, too hard, no good. And Upperman comes away with it. Nash now inside to all the way over to Metzger. Metzger puts it off the glass again, and good, Daniel Metzger. He's got 6 in the quarter now, and Upperman has taken a 15-point lead over Livingston. Now Aiden Coffey with it. Coffey inside to Goodpasture. Goodpasture spins, puts up a shot. It's no good, but Ledbetter gets the rebound, puts it up and in. Hayden Ledbetter. 2 in the quarter, 4 in the game for Ledbetter. We've got a timeout. And we've got 1 minute, 41 seconds left to play here in the 4th quarter. Upperman on top, 39-26. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors for making this live stream possible. Thank Mickey Ledbetter and Tyler Maxwell for making the live streams go smooth. And if you would like to subscribe to this YouTube channel, please do so. And you can get notifications when we go live for our next sporting event, which should be this coming Friday night up on the Cumberland Plateau in Crossville as Livingston Academy finishes out the regular season at Stone Memorial. So back after the timeout, Upperman to throw in. Livingston Academy going to put on some full court pressure here. And now ball goes into Metzger. Back to Nash. Nash gets it to Davis. Davis ahead to Petty. Petty back to Nash. Nash inside to Bush. Bush back to Nash. Nash dribbles through pressure. He gets it to Davis. Davis Now over to Petty. Into Bush. Bush, backdoor cut. Metzger all the way to the rim. Good. Daniel Metzger. That's 8 in the quarter, 11 in the game for Daniel Metzger. And now Schote, turnaround jumper is good, and he is fouled. Foul's going to go on Petty. That's his 3rd, team's 7th. Schote will go to the line to try to finish off the old-fashioned three-point play. Schote puts the free toss on the way and knocks it down. So Schote finishes off the three-point play, and we're under a minute to go here as Upperman leads by 12 over the Wildcats. And we got a whistle, we get a timeout called by Upperman. 48.9 seconds left to go here in the game. Upperman leads 41-29. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this YouTube live stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed our coverage, and we hope to see you back on the mountain up at Stone Memorial this coming Friday night as the Lady Wildcats and Wildcats close out the regular season. As now Upperman will throw in right in front of the Livingston Academy coaches. And now Davis with it. Davis looks like he was fouled, but no call. And now he gets it to Nash. Nash to Bush. Bush to Metzger, back to Nash. Nash now to, I guess that's Petty. And now Metzger is pushed and fouled with 23.7 seconds left to go. Hayden Ledbetter will pick up his first foul of the game. That's the team 8th, and that'll send Metzger to the line to shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. Metzger puts his first toss on the way, and it's no good. Schote with a rebound. 20 seconds left to go as Ledbetter back out to Story. Story into Schote. Schote to Aiden Coffey for 3. It's no good. Rebound battled for, and what do we got? I believe Metzger stepped out of bounds, so it'll be Livingston to throw in with 9.4 seconds left to go in the game. Bilbrey with it now at the top of the key. To Story. Ball goes inside to Aiden Coffey. His shot no good. Rebound Schote. Schote puts it off the glass and good. And that's how the game's going to end right there. Livingston Academy falls to Upperman 41-31. As that'll bring Livingston Academy's record this season to 13-12 overall, 6-5 in District 7 AAA. And Upperman increases their win column to 12-10 and 5-5 overall in District 7 AAA. Let's do some scoring here at the end of the game. For Upperman, Rex Davis had 5 points. AJ Nash with 9 points for the Bees. Hayden Petty had 2 points. Jackson Bush with 6 points. Cameron Bush with 2 points. Jaron McClellan had 6 points. And the leader for Upperman tonight was Daniel Metzger, as he had 11 points. The only player in double figures for the Upperman Bees, but also scoring tonight for Livingston Academy, Hayden Ledbetter with 4 points. Nick Schote with 5 points. Aiden Coffey with a 3-pointer. Isaac Story with a total of 6 points tonight. Easton Goodpasture with a total of 8 points, as I believe he was the leader in scoring for Livingston Academy. Wyatt Hargis had 2 points. Brody Coffey with 2 points. And Tucker Miller went 1 out of 2 from the free throw line, and he picked up a point tonight to give Livingston Academy their total of 31 points. So once again, I want to say thanks to everybody for watching the live stream with us tonight. Hope you enjoyed our coverage. We'll be back on Friday night up in Crossville, Tennessee.